Well, good evening, everybody. How are you today? It is Monday, August 9th. Gosh, this, this month is flying by. Close unused applications. I think I am. I think I'm ready to go. Let's dismiss that. Okay, perfect. Here we go. So, welcome. Thanks for joining me here tonight. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you had a great weekend. We're going to talk about a different kind of topic today. There's a positive spin on it, so bear with me and kind of go with me on it and just hang in there. But the question comes up every once in a while: why do why do bad things happen to good people, or why do the good people suffer? And everybody suffers. There's adversity in life, no matter where you look, and it's there for a reason. You may not know it at the time, but later on, when you look back, but there's different kinds of suffering, and I don't just mean suffering, pain, problems, challenges, overwhelm. It all goes into the same category. Stress, depression, all goes into the same category. And for this conversation here, maybe not for your particular situation, but for this conversation, and there's different forms or different levels of adversity. Let's call it adversity. Different levels of adversity. It could be someone close to you. It may not even be you personally. It could be someone close to you, and you question, why is this happening to them, or it's the second time this happened. Maybe a death in the family, or a young one, or something. Problem, adversity again. Car accident, teenage problems, and why does that keep happening to them? So that's one type, or closeness. Next one is it's happening to you. We all go through our own personal struggles, our own personal adversity. You could be whatever challenges that you might have. Then you've got the next level, which is your family. Your family's going through a tough time. Maybe financial, maybe relational, maybe familial, maybe economic. There's different levels of adversity and struggle. It could just be personal. It could be a mental challenge, just trying to sort things out. And then, the next level is your small city or your small town. It might have like a sewer main break or a water main break that affects hundreds of people all in your neighborhood, or a flooding situation. Today we had torrential rainstorms. Maybe a flooding situation that happens to the whole community. We've seen that different parts of the country with hurricanes. And right now we've got the fire going on the West Coast. There's whole cities that are struggling tremendously. So it could be a city or a town. And then the next level is is your state. Here in Michigan, a lot of the things that challenge us is the auto industry. When the auto industry goes on strike, or there's a challenge with the auto market, it affects the whole state, because so much of the state relies on the auto industry for economic support and work. And then there's the next level is the whole country. The country goes through a struggle or a adversity, and it could be suffering. It could be like it happened in 2008, 2009, where the whole country was economic collapse, financial markets collapsed, and affected everybody in the country, which rippled through the whole world. And then you've got the global level, which we experienced last year, 2020, with the global pandemic. So why do these things happen? What's going on? Well, there's a famous phrase. I'm not sure if it was Napoleon Hill or Jim Rohn, but for every adversity, there's a seed of equal or greater benefit. The challenge is we generally don't see it at that time we're going through the suffering. And it's important to look inside. Why is this happening? Question it. Start asking the questions. Question it. Now, I was reading today one of my passages. Actually, it was 2 days ago. I was reading one of my passages when I studied Romans 5:3-5. I'm going to just read part of it. It says, we know that suffering produces perseverance. It has to, because if you make it through, you persevere through the suffering to find that seed of equal or greater benefit through that. And perseverance produces character. How do we handle it? When everything's going great, you're the sweetest person in the world. But what if somebody cuts you off? What if you get a flat tire on the highway? What kind of character do you have then? How do you show up when nobody's paying attention, when nobody's looking? How are you showing up? And then character produces hope. your characters, you hope for the solution, you hope for the way out, you hope for the rainbow at the end of the rainstorm, you hope for better things to come. And then of course, hope does not put us to shame. So that's part of Romans 5:3. Now, so say, well, Harry, why are you bringing this up? Well, again, we go through different levels of adversity, different levels of suffering, and say, well, how do I get out of it? How do I work through it? I'm going to give you a couple key points here. One of them is through consistency of doing the right thing. Consistency of doing the right thing will get you out of that struggle, that adversity. I've gone through it in my life. Sometimes it lasts for a week, sometimes it lasts for months. I had two instances in my life. It happened. It got me off track for 2 years, two separate times. One was relational, one was job related, economic, money, and that was not easy to come through. But through consistency of effort, doing the right thing, and it reminded me of something a friend of mine taught me, and this has to do more with economics and money. Through business, as long as you're doing the right thing, day after day after day, consistency, you'll have a breakthrough. And that's just the levels of momentum of hitting the next ladder of success, the next rung on the ladder of success, the barriers to success. But a friend of mine told me, he said, listen, he goes, we all got problems and challenges. We all got them. And it's not the problem or challenge that's the issue. It's how you handle it. He goes, well, how do you solve these? He goes, well, you can't beg your way out of problems. You can't borrow your way out of problems. You can't steal your way out of problems. You can't buy your way out of problems and challenges and sufferings. You can't beg your way out of them. You can beg, but it doesn't solution. He goes, the best way to get out of your situation is to produce your way out. Producing your way out of the challenges, problems, and sufferings and adversities that you have is the number one way to get out of your problems. And I don't just mean money. Producing money is going to solve all the problems. Money doesn't solve all the problems. Money just is a vehicle to allow you to take care of some of those economic challenges, but it doesn't solve the other problems because they're there. But consistency of effort, no matter what you're doing. So what does that mean? Action. Get into action. Okay, if it's a familiar problem, get into action. Study, find out about how to address it, whatever that issue is: alcoholism, drug abuse, trust factor, communication problems, whether it's a child or a partner, whatever that is. The answer's out there. You're not the only one going through it. That's the two-edged sword. You're not the only one going through it, which means somebody else had to suffer also, but they came through. Most people come through and they overcome them and they move on. They move on to bigger and better things. And you can learn through their experiences. I used to teach my kids, I've shared it with you before, there's two ways to learn. One is through the school of hard knocks, which is painful and expensive in most cases. The other is through other people's experiences. Even if you have to pay someone to tell you about their experience, learn, because you're going to pay one way or the other. You either pay in time, money, and suffering and pain of learning it, skinning your knee and going through the school of hard knocks, or you learn from somebody else. You compress the learning curve, and you overcome the obstacles, or the obstacles that are going to be there. Whether you're opening up a new business, whether you're scaling your business, whether you're starting to advertise on social media, whatever you're doing to grow and build your business, somebody's already been there. Somebody's been there and they've done it before you, and you can buy a book, you can read a white paper, you can go online, Google it, and get the answer, or there's other options on how you can have a breakthrough. How you can break through quicker and faster, excuse me, and certainly less painful than trying to figure it out yourself. The older I get, the more I appreciate this, because time is the most valuable asset we have. And the clock is running on all of us. So somewhere down the line, we run out of time. And that's one competitor that we can't beat. We're going to run out of time eventually. So what can you do at the time you have? If you can compress time and learn from somebody else's experience, whatever challenge you have, whatever adversity, whatever suffering you have, that is going to help you get through it faster. So right now, if you're going through, again, a personal one, the whole world, the global pandemic is still here. It's gotten different variants now. The fires out in California are still happening. Your family maybe haven't it's got some financial challenges, whatever those are. Your business may be suffering, not getting enough clients, not getting enough prospecting going on. What's the solution? There's people out there that can help. Me, I help a lot of people. I'm a business strategist and a sales expert. I teach people how to make more sales, whatever business you're in. Give you ideas and suggestions, and we brainstorm and we break it apart and share with you things that have worked for me, that have worked for others, that I've learned from guys like Jim Rohn, from guys like Brian Tracy, and Mark Hughes, Larry Thompson. These guys that have done the grassroots stuff and that have worked for me in multiple countries and multiple languages. So these are things that I can share with you, certainly. But there's other coaches out there, there's other people out there. Find someone that you can resonate with and get the answer to those questions to help you break through. But the key thing is that you stay consistent with your character. You stay consistent day in and day out to produce your way out of your challenges, out of your adversity, out of your suffering. Remember, we all have stress. We all have adversity. Adversity, I shouldn't say stress, we all have adversity. Adversity is inevitable. How you handle it, the stress or not, is optional. It's how does your character show? How are you showing up to work every single day? How are you showing up to the challenges that you face? How are you showing up for the people around you that love you, that need you? So hopefully that helps everybody. If I can be of any further assistance, definitely reach out to me. either instant message, or you can reach me, Harry at ericlawfoam.com, Harry at ericlawfoam.com, or you can respond right back here. Give me a direct message on Messenger, and be more than happy to touch base and talk. All right, everybody, have a great day. Be back here next Tuesday. Talk to you then. Bye. Next Monday. Monday. That's our day.